And good night. I'm one of those moods today. How are you?
Same mood.
I know. It seems like you were talking before. It's like, what's going on today?
That happens. Maybe this will make it better. Who knows?
We're on, right? Everything's good?
We're on. I had to fix something. Of course, I had to fix something. But
saw some sort of message. I'm like, all right, well, maybe we'll just call it a day. Show's over.
Yeah, it is. But we're here. Hello.
So what's going on?
People. It's just one of them days, man. You know, not every day can be candy and roses, can it?
Not any day appears to be candy and roses.
Today it's weeds and diabetes. It's just the opposite. It's the polar opposite of candy and roses.
Yeah, dude, I've been in a bad mood. I saw some guy. Do you know who Dave Benkowski is?
I do not.
He used to be the mayor of Seven Hills.
Okay.
I'll call his ass out. I don't give a fuck. But, he posted something on Facebook, and then I decided not to respond. I responded, then I deleted my response.
Okay.
I've always liked the guy. I thought he was a nice guy. Maybe it was just a stupid comment, whatever. But he said something to the effect of, I've never seen a skinny person drinking Diet Coke. And I wanted to say, what a shitty comment, dude. I mean, who the fuck are you to decide what I or anybody else should be drinking? I mean, granted, I am a little overweight, but I don't drink sugary pop because I am diabetic, and so it's not good for me to do it. And I talked to a nutritionist who told me that drinking Diet Coke was fine, and that's okay for me to do. But, just to make a random comment like that just because you want to be a dick, I find just kind of stupid. And so I'm just one of those moods where I saw that, irritated the shit out of me, and then I battled in my own head for like 20 minutes on whether to respond to this guy or not. Because, I know plenty of people that drink Diet Coke. My daughter drinks Diet Coke. She happens to be really skinny. My wife drinks Diet Coke. She doesn't look like me by any stretch of the imagination. So I know people, plenty of them. My dad and his wife drink Diet Coke, not fat at all. So I know people that, it was just a comment to make a comment.
Sure.
And if you're going to be a dumb fuck, at least, take the criticism then. So then I said, okay, I'm going to put it. So I decided I was going to go ahead and type something out. And I spent 20 minutes figuring out what I'm going to type now. And then I said, I look and he has like 200 friends in common with me. So I'm like, risk reward. I'm not going to even bother doing it. And I deleted the comment. And now I'm here talking about it. So I guess I could have left the comment.
Yeah, you could have just left it.
But I find it so irritating dealing with so many different people online. And sometimes it's not even like the liberals that I hate. Sometimes it's just people that are just so damn annoying online. These people, like the vague Facebook posters.
Okay.
Who go like, oh, what a day. And then that's all that they say.
Oh, you're the attention seekers.
Right. And so you're sitting there like, going, okay, well, what the fuck happened to your day?
Yeah. Well, they're waiting for that. They're waiting for that. They're waiting for you to say, oh, what's going on?
I mean, do you want me to I guess they're looking for me to probe and say, hey, are you okay? Mm-hmm. Is everything all right? Yeah. What happened to you? Mm-hmm. And then the other people that post every single one of their shitty day's life business on Facebook. Sure. Some of that I like because some of it I know a couple who man, on a day-to-day basis, I'm not even going to say their names, but on a day-to-day basis, they're arguing with each other on Facebook. Fuck you. No, fuck you. I'm leaving. Okay, fuck you, then leave. And then it's like, I'm taking the kids. I'm not taking it. Okay. Hey, somebody needs to help us. Our car broke down. I mean, it's like a one bad day thing after another. And some of it's entertaining. And other it's like, come on, dude, really? And then there's people like me who are so retarded on Facebook that I just love taking selfies of myself to try to promote either the show or I take pictures of me and my daughter because I like, I don't know what I like. I guess I like putting something on Facebook because I'm on. And so I think I should do something. But I'm just so annoyed with what I see online. On Twitter now, on X, I don't know why my algorithm is always to follow shit people, dude. Like, every liberal is... I thought it was supposed
to be... But you follow them. That's the problem.
But I thought it was supposed to be a more welcoming Twitter X now.
Well, just because it actually is if you get rid of those people. Like, I'll give you one example that just brings cancer to your X page. The fact that you follow and will read everything that stupid Keith Olbermann does. Right. Will just bring you floods of... It's like saying, here, cancer, give me a spoon. I'm ready to eat some cancer today. And you're literally shoveling it into your face. Stop. Block these people. Just get rid of them. Dude, my X page is perfect for what I want. All I get, music, hot women in wrestling, and violence, fights, which I want.
All right,
I want the street fights.
Look, I hate to say this.
Yeah.
But even with the amount of other things that I look at, online I get bored looking at the same women in bikinis and stuff like that. It's like, all right, enough. I mean, there's like the next one is hotter than the next. I get it, but I mean, I think Cody's right. I love to hate watch, I guess, but
yeah,
there's something in me that makes me happy to see like the misery of other people now. Like I enjoy the fact that they are so upset that Trump won that it has to be one comment after another. Like it makes me smile because now they're just reaching for shit. Like Matthew's gonna be reaching for shit out of thin air. Because they lost, and there's nothing to bitch about anymore. Yeah. You can't win, so now you have to deal with the Christmas gift that we have given you, which is 4 years of Donald Trump, and you're going to have to enjoy it. So you're welcome, Matthew. But they constantly are just trying to find something because they have nothing left. And so for me, it's entertaining to watch the salty.
But it's not entertaining for you because it's frustrating you to know. Yeah, I'm here. I said it's not entertaining to you at all. Well, it's frustrating you to the tip of your iceberg.
I don't know if it's. I can't put my finger on it. I can't decide whether it is frustration or what it is.
What it is you're addicted to social media. Is what it is.
Thoroughly addicted to social media. There was a post. Maybe you can find it on Facebook. It was Cleveland.com, and you got to see how many likes I have now. It was a post on Facebook, Cleveland.com, about Taylor Swift coming to town.
Yeah.
And something about, are you excited or something like that about Taylor Swift coming to town for the Chiefs game?
Okay, yeah, I saw that post.
Okay, if you look, I don't know if you can see if my comment is like up top or anything.
I'm looking for Cleveland.com. Hold on.
Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Where are my glasses? So I can actually read this. I'll read Matthew's comment.
All I see is a lot of Cavs bullshit.
All right, so the post was, will Taylor Swift come to Cleveland as the Browns host the Chiefs this Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
This was posted a day ago.
Yeah.
And my comment was, and now I'm a top fan, I guess.
Well, that's good.
I really hope so. My life will be forever changed. I will sleep better at night. My bank account will look better. And I can finally get rid of this prosthetic and grow a new leg. Go Taylor.
Okay.
That's all I posted. I currently have 199 likes on that one comment that I put up. And it makes me happy that I got 199 likes. One bitch said, well, how's your bank account going to look better? Well,
Jesus,
I guess
are you dumb?
sarcasm fell on deaf ears there. But
Yeah.
the rest of the people thoroughly enjoyed it. And it's got a lot of comments and a lot of likes and stuff like that. And so I find myself, for whatever reason, just going on the social media stuff and needing to comment.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a need for likes, like I want to be loved, or if it's a need to prove a point, or if it's just boredom, or what it is. But all of a sudden, when I used to not care about social media, now I all of a sudden care about social media.
Yeah. See, I can't be bothered. I just
Maybe it's
can't.
also, I feel like I need a footprint in social media. Maybe if we're going to make the show bigger and stuff like that, I need to grow a footprint on social media of sorts to start getting traction the way that I want to get traction.
Maybe, but you know what? Is it worth it for your mental health? It's not now, because now all I hear out of that story is when you don't get 200 likes on a post, you feel defeated.
I do. I got 8
and that's
on another
crazy.
one. I got 8 on another one I was really sad about.
But that's crazy talk.
Because I thought it
Who
was
gives
really
a
good.
shit what a bunch of fucking strangers that you don't know will never know? Who cares what they think?
Well, what do you think I do this job for? You think I do it for fun? I haven't gotten a nickel out of it.
But you do it because you can express a full thought, not a Taylor's a cunt, I hate her thought.
I didn't express that. I never said that. But,
You do think that.
No, not
Yeah, you
necessarily.
do. Stop it. You do. You hate Taylor Swift.
It's good not to leave your socials as an echo chamber says.
No, it's not. It's really not, because what ends up happening is when you have that other side, all you do is fight with that other side. It's good as a well-rounded person, but if you don't live in social media, then you don't. Like, I don't live in social media. I mean, I'm on it all the time. I see it because of my job and whatnot. But man, I cannot even be bothered to comment on this shit. It doesn't bother me. I don't care if I ever get a like on a post. I really don't care.
Mandy Rose.
Oh, let me put her right up for you. Man, Mandy Rose is fantastic.
Good afternoon, Marcus.
Andy
It doesn't
Rose.
matter because we are being invaded by drones. All hail our new overlords. Well, that's lovely. She's all right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay. I can see.
Mandy Rose is stunning.
She's a good looking woman.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
$20 a month, you can see her rubbing her tits and fingering herself on OnlyFans.
She has an OnlyFans?
Oh yeah, $20 a month.
Oh, that might be
Former
worth $20.
WWE chick.
Huh.
She quit WWE to do OnlyFans.
That's fantastic. That woman has goals in life, dude. And I respect that.
And she's made a killing with it. I think she's making like between $2 and $5 million a year.
Get the hell out of here, dude.
Out of OnlyFans. Oh yeah.
From OnlyFans.
Dude, she's stunned. $20 a month. She had that fan base. She probably has 100,000 subscribers or whatever. $20 a month.
You think I can get away with $20 a month OnlyFans with the fan base that I have?
No.
And make anywhere like
No.
like a
You're a
good
guy.
living? Yeah, but I'm amputee. I have some
That
sort
doesn't
of weird
matter.
fetish thing going on.
Yeah, but fetishes pay less than just hotness.
Oh.
Straight hotness pays. Who would you pay? Would you pay a chick with one leg, or would you pay this one?
I'm all for the handicap.
Yeah, but be honest. Which one would you put your
course
$20 for?
Okay, look, if she only was missing a leg below the knee, I think it's either way. I'd give her $20.
I think you'd be less likely.
I don't think so. Look at the rest of her.
I
Look at
agree.
her calf.
I
Look
agree.
at her calf or feet.
I agree. But something in your mind would be like,
Nah.
if I got her naked, I'd be rubbing that stump, and it would just bother
all
me.
Good. All good. So, did you see these drones?
Drones?
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about no drones. What are you talking about?
There are drones that are apparently flying over New Jersey.
Oh,
You got to see these pictures.
okay.
They're the size of like cars and stuff, dude.
So what? So what are we saying? We're about to get bombed by the government?
I am saying that I do think that some of our enemies might be taking advantage of the fact that we have a president that doesn't know what day it is, and a vice president who's probably on her third drink already today. And so they have no idea what's going on. There's nobody actually running the government. And so, yes, I do believe that our enemy is taking advantage of this situation.
Well,
the other day, they had somebody call Donald Trump the de facto president already. He's
Well, I saw that he was meeting, like, where was he at? Germany or somewhere?
He's in France.
And all the world leaders were coming up and shaking his hand, and yes, Mr. President, and no, not even President-elect. They were just calling him Mr. President.
Of course, there you have these a-holes on X going, look, they all hate him. Dude, even there's a video, like even Joe Biden was ready to make out with Trump in France. Like, seriously, she was about ready to make out with him.
Do they have to like him?
Of course they don't have to like him.
They just have to do what he fucking says. That's what he is as a leader.
Well, see, that's the thing, is that they may not like him. A lot of people don't like him, but you got to respect him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the outside world does at least respect his authority. May not like him as a person, but respect what he's, what he's saying, at least,
sure,
or what he's going to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's it. Is who cares if they like him? All that matters to me, all I care about is that they fear him.
But these drones are something, dude. I'm telling you. I truly believe that you can't just fly these drones around being like a private citizen. A drone as big as like a table and a car and stuff like that.
Well, you wouldn't think so, no. I'm looking right here. Let's see.
Circus is back with new clowns this time. He has a laughing stock. Not a laughing stock at all. Apparently, Matthew doesn't watch the news. I know he's just trying to fuck with me, so I'm not even going to bother getting upset with him. But you don't watch the news, apparently, Matthew. More stuff has happened since November 5th than happened the entire 4 years that Biden was in office. And he's not even president yet. And more shit is already going on.
I don't know why anybody gives a shit what some fucking liberal guy thinks. Who cares?
Well, hey, look, I put up all the text.
Oh, Trump's a joke. Okay, whatever. Good. Keep thinking that.
But he's a joke for the next 4 years, Matthew. You got to deal with it. We put up with a buffoon for the past 4, and now you got this guy for the next 4. Enjoy. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. All right, these drones just look like lights in this picture I'm seeing. So
there's an Iranian mothership off the east coast and international waters controlling them, supposedly.
All right. Well, we'll blow that up on January 21st.
Then you got the head of Syria, Assad, going away because the rebels went in. Now, you're an army guy, right?
Yeah.
So now he's not in charge anymore, and yet this guy, Biden, is bombing all over Syria for whatever reason. Has no idea what he's doing. He's just bombing people left and right.
Well, they're leaving Trump a mess, so he can't do what he wants to do.
He's trying to start World War III before he leaves office, so that way Trump is sitting there going.
So that Trump will have to take the blame for it, of course. Yes. Of course. I just ignore all of it. I could give a shit. I mean, the Syria thing bugs me a little bit just because there should be some oversight in, I don't know, Congress to say, we're not doing that.
Who knows what's going on in our government anymore? I mean, really, our government is kind of like, what?
Yeah, they're just waiting for January 20th to see who's fired and who's not. And
we're on hold.
Yeah, we're just on hold, and we're just going to do whatever. I saw that fucking cocksucker Zelensky, though, thanking the Biden administration for that extra extra 50 billion on his way out. I saw him on Twitter, no less. Thank you, Mr. Biden, for the extra money and the planes and the bombs. Fuck you, Zelensky. It's going to be nice not hearing your name anymore.
Seth might be more of a Scarlet Bordeaux guy.
Scarlet Bordeaux's hot, too. I'll pull her up as well. I will say that about WWE. They got some hot bitches.
Yeah, Nia Jax. Dude, just fucking hot.
Stop. Nia Jax? Nia Jax is not hot. She's sweaty hot.
She's a big one, right? Nia Jax?
Yeah, she's a big old broad that hurts everybody.
I have to say, I go on these like spurts of wrestling love. And let's see. Hello. I like the other one better, but I like her. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Mandy Rose is top shelf. Scarlet Bordeaux's good, though.
I'm weird, and maybe tell me if I'm strange. I'm a guy. You're a guy.
You are. You're strange.
Conversation. I think I'm a guy. I'm fairly certain my parents thought I was gay when I was young, but I am not. I like the dirty girl with like daddy issues kind of thing. Like I want the stripper not from the high-end strip club, but from the one down the street that gets the
from Pinky's.
Right. Maybe it's like I shoot for those because I feel like I have more of a shot than the really good ones. But I prefer the damaged ones than the ones that
you want the ones really that are. You want the ones dancing their lunch meat over the lunch meat at the 12 o'clock Tuesday.
I don't want I don't want the one that's actually trying to pay for college and using the money. No, I want the one that this is her full-time job until she gets worn out and tossed to the side. Yeah. That's the one I'm looking for.
No feature dancer Saturday at midnight for you, pal.
No, not at all. I want the one that
Tuesday at 2 p.m. That's the one for you.
The lunch special.
The one that could be mistaken and get a bolt in her head if she wanders by a farm.
Right. You're the one that's drunk by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, ready to party.
I will say, though, there was a time that I used to troll the strip clubs at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you could absolutely go home with those chicks. They weren't great, but who cared?
Never really. I mean, I was a strip club guy for like a little while, and then I decided that I realized, anyways, that those girls don't actually want to have sex with me, that they just want the money in my pocket. And then I was like, I kind of over the whole.
Yeah, but that's the Friday, Saturday ones. Again, I'll tell you, the Tuesday afternoon ones, Wednesday afternoon ones, they are very attainable because they're just looking for anybody to pay their bills.
What about Thursday afternoon? I could use a day off tomorrow.
Thursday afternoon is usually okay. It's Friday, Saturday that's bad. Friday, Saturday are the girls that have the body that belongs in a strip club. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you might be, surfing through some stretch marks and some birthing scars.
None of us could handle the shit he and the Ukraine are dealing with. We couldn't handle this country wearing a face mask. Okay, well, we're not dealing with it, other than the fact that we're paying for it, Matthew. And look, I wish all the people in Ukraine the absolute best. I don't want to see anybody die. I don't want to see any wars breaking out. But I also don't want to be paying for stuff that we shouldn't be paying for.
Yeah. I don't want to pay for shit until we pay for our own.
We don't pay for our exactly. I was going to say we don't pay for our own here.
Yeah. How about we take that $50 billion and instead of giving it to some country that doesn't give a shit, we take care of our homeless problem. We take care of our border problem. We take care of our vets problem. We take care of our military problems.
How about
we take care of our food problems. We take care of feeding our own problems. How about we do all that before we give away? Haven't we given away $1 trillion now to the Ukraine?
Yeah, about. I mean, we're talking Jordan Neely, the guy that was killed on the subway train by Daniel Penny.
Yeah.
In self-defense, so by the way, because he was found not guilty. Jordan Neely was on the top 50 list of most dangerous homeless people in New York City. A city of 8 million people, They had a list going of the most dangerous homeless people, and he was number 50 on it. How about we use some of the Ukraine money to maybe take care of the mental illness problem that's going on in just the city of New York alone, and get guys like Jordan Neely off the damn streets so they're not threatening people on subway cars? How about that?
Well, the last bit of money was $50 billion, right? The last that he gave away this week.
Yeah.
How many homeless guys in New York City could we have taken off the street, put in a facility, and actually treated for $50 billion? Probably everybody on the list.
All of them. Yes.
Yeah. But no, we're going to give it to some country that can't defend themselves, and somehow it becomes our problem to fix. Fuck them. Fuck the Ukraine. That's what I say.
And then how about, we have an ally in Israel that was being bombed all over the place, and we didn't send shit over to them because Biden didn't want to, because he'd been pressured by half the people that supported him.
Yeah. Again, I'm not for giving anybody money until we take care of ours. No one. Let them all kill each other. I don't really care.
Seth, you need to watch the movie on Nora. It's about a stripper. The first 40 minutes is titties and sex.
I'm not even familiar with that. Honora.
Mark that one down, please.
Honora. I will tell you, Euphoria is another good one.
You said that. I have to.
With the all-time hottest girl of the moment, Sydney Sweeney.
I thought my daughter actually was watching that, which I can't imagine.
Yeah, you better not be letting your daughter watch that.
I don't have a whole lot of control, dude.
As long as she doesn't act it out. The problem with your daughter watching it is it's about some of the girls in that movie are supposed to be like her age.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one girl is supposedly her age. She's like a fat girl, and she's like a senior in high school or whatever, and somebody banged her but shot video and then shared it around the school. But then it got out there, and then a bunch of people were like into watching her bang.
Yeah.
So then she became like a cam girl in her house.
Nice. All right.
So that's why I'm saying your daughter may not be the one you want watching that, saying, hey, there's money in this.
Nora, a sex worker from Brooklyn. Enough. That's fine for me. I'm ready to go. Ready to watch it. And then it says, if you like that movie, also watch a movie called Red Rocket.
Red Rocket? I don't know that one either.
I don't know that one. So.
Where have I been that I don't know these fine movies? Cinema Gold.
We'll get into this Alex Jones thing here in a little bit, but I do, since we're on the subject, question about, we're talking about my daughter, don't let her watch it. Now, the girl's going to be 18 in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
So at what point do I have the ability to say, you ain't watching this shit?
You don't. It's over. By the way, Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
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 And naked all throughout Euphoria.
I'll be watching that.
Yes.
I'm going to be off for a week from my job and this show here coming up in a little bit. I know what I'm doing for the entire
week. Did you say
week.
Off or getting off for a week?
Getting off for the entire week. Yeah, she was in some movie that my daughter actually made me go see, some romantic comedy thing.
Was it the one where she was on the beach? Like, I don't remember the name.
She was definitely naked in the movie.
Yeah, I think that I don't remember the name of the movie, but there was a scene on the beach where she gets naked, and then she's chasing the boyfriend down on the beach naked.
Yeah.
I love it.
It was a pretty entertaining movie, but the best part.
Sure, it was. So entertaining. We remember she was naked. Neither of us can remember the title. It was wonderful.
Oscar award winning.
Yes.
That was another fight I got into with my daughter last night.
What?
She's watching The Godfather.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I said, all Indiana Jones movies, all Star Wars, the first Star Wars trilogy, Jurassic Park movies, all better than Godfather.
Well, that's why you're stupid, because The Godfather is the greatest movie of all time.
Goodfellas is better than The Godfather.
You are insane. Goodfellas is a good movie. Goodfellas not even the best of them. Casino was better than Goodfellas.
I like Casino, but I like Goodfellas better.
No, but Godfather.
I would put
down.
all of those movies above Godfather.
That's just insanity.
Okay, one, never seen it, the entire thing.
So maybe that's part of my problem. But I've seen many clips of Godfather, and all the clips that I've seen, and a clip is supposed to be like a great portion of the movie, like something you have to see. And it seems like a terribly, terribly boring film.
No way. It just depends on your outlook on it, I guess. The Godfather, to me, is the best movie that's ever been made. I'm not even kidding about it. But you gotta be into dialogue. If you're not a dialogue guy, you will not like The Godfather. Because the dialogue is what makes that movie. It's so intense, it's so well written, and all the characters tie together so perfectly. You know, the Godfather is the shit, no doubt about it. The one I think is overrated, though, is Godfather 2, which a lot of people say is better than The Godfather. I totally disagree.
I've heard The Godfather 2 is better.
I totally disagree, but I don't like flashback movies at all. And The Godfather 2, like you're in the current, then you're in the past, then you're in the current, then you're in the past. I don't dig flashback movies ever.
Do I have to see The Godfather?
Yeah. You should watch The Godfather.
The clips that I've seen of it just looks really, really boring.
It's not boring.
It's not.
If you get into the story, there's not a ton of action, but there's enough action. There's a lot of killing. There's a good amount of killing in it.
Right, because I don't know if it's ADHD or what it is, my slight autism that I have, but I get bored easily with movies.
Well, let's go movies away from The Godfather. Did you watch Casino all the way through? That's 3 hours.
Yeah.
And did you get bored? Because Casino has a lot of talking as well.
It's a lot of downtime. So I didn't think it was one of the greatest. Goodfellas, I like.
Lord of the Rings.
Holy shit! I couldn't sit through that. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's. We get it. You're walking up the mountain. You can cut 2 hours out of that movie. I'm with you on that. You know, the
Titanic. I cried to still today.
You didn't find that to be a boring movie?
No.
When it was out on VHS, I never even would watch the first tape. My wife would watch it. She was into it, and I would just tell her I'd go somewhere in some other room, and I'd yell into her. I'd have her yell into me when she was putting in the second tape, because I really didn't care until the boat started sinking.
But you know how that part's going to end.
Yeah, I know, but it was still fun to watch the people drown and shit. That was fun. The part that wasn't fun was all that nonsense about Rose and, Do you ever think about that movie for a minute? That old bag Rose, what a cunt she was. Do you ever think about what a bitch she was? She had this $250 million diamond that she could leave to her family. And instead, she threw it in the ocean as some sort of weird tribute to some homeless guy that she fucked on a boat. I mean, how selfish could she be? She has grandchildren and everything else. She could have set her grandchildren and her grandchildren up and their grandchildren up for the rest of their lives. But she threw it away because she took some dick from a homeless guy on a boat.
Okay, see,
That's terrible.
I look at it more of the romantic part. She did that knowing that these guys that were there looking in the wreckage were going to find it after she throws it off the thing. But it was her homage to her love, the true love of her life.
Ugh. That's just terrible. The true love of her life. She banged him once on a boat. She knew him 4 days. She knew him 4 days.
I think you're missing the romance portion of that.
No, I'm not falling for the romance nonsense because nobody falls that in love in 4 days.
I beg to differ.
That's crazy talk.
I'm a romantic guy. I truly, when I met
you would give up $250 million for someone that you met for 4 days.
Well, maybe not $250 million.
Well, that's what they said the diamond was worth.
I still think that the romance part of it was actually kind of nice. And yes,
would you give away $1 million? $1 million.
You don't believe in love at first sight?
I believe you still got to nurture it to see if it's real.
I don't believe that. My wife and I knew each other.
How much money would you give away for 4 days?
For 4 days?
Yes.
Well, they didn't know they were only going to be together for 4 days.
Doesn't matter. She knew that they were only together 4 days when she was 90 years old and dropped that diamond off the boat.
But maybe she never found anybody as wonderful as he was or had as good of a dick as she
Give
needed.
it to her grandkids. Her grandkids weren't good enough? Her kids weren't good enough?
Look, if she was single, I could understand her throwing it, but yeah, she didn't think about her family in that situation.
She was also a cheating whore. Let's not forget that part either. She was also with the bald guy, or he wasn't bald in that movie, but whatever.
Yeah, I know, but they weren't
Matt
married.
Zane, not Zane. What's his name? Something Zane?
Yeah, but they weren't married. Yeah,
They weren't married, but they were engaged. They were engaged.
She didn't like him.
Whether she liked him or not. So she was trying to get married for his money.
Her mom made her.
Didn't like him. Found some homeless dude that was stuck in steerage. Sucked his dick in the back of a car. And then threw away $250 million over some love. And let's be honest, she did not share the door either.
First of all,
she pushed old Jack off and watched him sink.
She did not suck his dick.
See ya, Jack.
Romantic love scene that they had.
And whatever.
He was an artist, and it was emotional scene.
It was 4 days.
They fell in love.
It was 4 days. One of them was running around the ship trying to find a way off.
I got married 6 months after I met my wife.
That's a whole lot longer than 4 days.
But after 4 days, I probably wanted to.
And I guarantee you today, if you and your wife split up, and I'm not wishing for that, and God forbid I don't want that, but God forbid, your wife dumped you, and you were heartbroken about it, and somewhere along the way between now and the end of your life, you came across $1 million, just one, not 250, one, and you had a choice. You could throw it away to show some kind of how much you feel for your wife, or you could give it to your daughter. Which one are you doing? You know I'm right. You don't want to admit it because you want to play the love answer to this movie.
I play the love answer, but okay, you're probably right.
I know I'm right. No one's doing that. Rose was a whore. A greedy whore.
$250 million today, I'm kicking my wife off a train.
That's
what you got to do.
Dude, $250 you'd be thinking twice. $250 million. $250 million.
So not true. I love romantic guy.
Still,
right,
I'm all about the romantic movie. $250 million for no purpose at all for a guy that she met and banged and Ford. That guy is no different than a hookup at a bar. No different. Thank you, Cody. I'm glad I'm not the only one that sees this.
He saved her from suicide.
For $250 million, he should have let her go.
He didn't have the thing then, and he watched her. She was going to jump off the boat and kill herself.
If he was smart, he would have pushed her right off the door. He'd have saved himself. He'd have been like, I don't know you. I watched you cheat on this guy. You'll cheat on me too. Get off the door. He'd have pushed her off into the ice and he'd have jumped on the door and lived. Let's get into real survival instinct here. Good point, Brian. Good point.
I beg to differ.
I agree fully.
You guys are what you guys are animal pigs. You have no emotions at all. None. You guys have no feelings for women and the what they have to offer in life. You just want to bang them and move on.
If they had been together, look, if they had been together a year even, 1 year, but they had been together, now I'm okay with it. But they were together 4 days. You realize that's under 100 hours. They were together she gave away $250 million that could have taken care of her family, her family's family, and her family's family's family for some dude she knew 100 hours.
Okay,
it's ridiculous.
You know the Titanic is going to sink eventually, so they kind of had to wrap this story up within a few days.
I agree.
So I think, but I don't think that she's some cheating ass whore. She didn't like the guy that she was arranged to be married with and found a guy that saved her life, and they fell in love. And
she did steal that diamond, by the way. Let's not forget that. That diamond was stolen. So she's also a thief.
Oh, God.
Everything about her is bad.
Oh, man,
What's good about her? She stole the diamond. Remember, she stole the diamond. She stole it. It wasn't hers. It was the husband's. She stole it.
She did not steal the diamond. She was
did.
using the diamond in a photo shoot so he could draw her, and then it got put into the jacket pocket.
I guess you don't remember the bodyguard and the guy looking for the diamond because it was his. It was his diamond. She stole it.
They slipped it in there to frame him. Remember?
Yeah, and then she stole it. She didn't return it. She knew he was still alive.
The boat was sinking. What did you want her to do? Hey, before you
She
die,
got saved. Let's not reinvent the history. She got saved. She's on the boat. She's shivering in a blanket. She hides from the husband, who's also on the boat. Then she reached in the pocket and said, "Holy shit, I still got this diamond. Cool." She kept that shit. She stole it.
She jumped off the lifeboat and went to find her man. And no, what is she going to do? The guy was shooting at them. Here's your necklace back.
Stole it. Man, thief.
Wow.
Thief.
Seth, you are hosting the Damage.
No, I'm just right. I've not stopped falling for the romantic nonsense of these movies.
Do you have like a romantic bone in your body?
I do. I very much do.
I beg to differ. I've never seen a romantic thing. I've never said one romantic thing in
I don't
year
need
and a half
to.
of doing the show.
But I do all that kind of shit. I mean, I'm the guy that buys, the chocolate shit for Valentine's Day and dumbass fake sweetest day and all that other stuff.
For who? You don't have a girlfriend, remember?
I still buy her stuff.
You do, absolutely.
I still
you don't
buy
buy
her stuff.
somebody that's not a girlfriend stuff for Valentine's Day and dumbass sweetest day.
Yeah.
Girlfriend.
Oh, sweetest day is a dumb day, but you still got to play the game.
Appreciate you admitting it, at least. Liar, thief, cheating, selfish, gold-digging, whore, rose.
Equals rose, exactly. Good point, Cody. Thank you for understanding.
Hey, John is checking in. Since he can't win this argument, Aiken doesn't know fuck about about movies. He hates Indiana Jones. How do you hate Indiana Jones?
I'm gonna tell you how. It's not so much a
now
hate.
You're messing with fire.
It's not so much a hate, and John is partially right. I do not enjoy them. I never have said hate. I'm bored with them. I always fall asleep. I constantly try to watch them. I constantly fall asleep watching them. They're boring to me.
Oh, my God, dude. I have my Indiana Jones Funko Pop sitting on my desk right next to me.
I've tried, dude, like for a while there, I had the Disney, whatever it's called, Disney Plus or whatever.
Yeah.
And I saw that the Indy Jones were on there. And John has beaten me up nonstop for at least a decade about, you just got to watch them. You just got to watch them. If you watch them, you'll get it. If you watch them, you'll get it. And I put on that first Indy Jones movie, and that's the one that starts with they're like going through the tunnel and all that, and then the one guy touches the wrong thing, and they got to run away, and then as soon as they get out, all the Indian guys are like around them, and they give up the little statue or whatever.
Yes.
I'm asleep before he swims out to the boat.
Jesus, dude.
I don't know what it is about those movies. They bore me. They're boring. Maybe it's that time frame. I'm just not into that whole 19 whatever that would be, 30s, 40s, whatever.
The first one was fantastic. The second one was a stretch for me. Temple of Doom was one of my probably the least favorite of the series for me. The third one was fantastic with Sean Connery and stuff. Great movie. And then they lost me a little bit in the fourth. But this new one, Dial of Destiny, I thought was going to be a bomb disaster, but it was actually really entertaining to watch. You have, I don't know, what's your problem?
I don't know. I think
you're so jaded toward everything in life.
On Indy Jones, I don't get it.
You can't just sit back and enjoy it. What's the problem with it?
Because I analyze everything. That's really what it comes down to.
What are you analyzing Indiana Jones?
Well, I'll look at it and I'll just be like, this is so fake, I can't stand it. Same as with Titanic. I'm watching Titanic and I'm just thinking, there's no chick that's just like randomly blowing the guy in steerage. It's just not happening. I just see that and I'm just like, that's just not happening. And then I get all frustrated and then I really dig into the movie and I realize what a whore she is.
So Jackie Lone, or Jacko-1 as you like to call him, but he doesn't like the Indiana Jones either?
No, but he doesn't like Star Wars either, so I don't know that I'd put full stock in the gym at all.
Star Wars is worse. Look, I hate Mark Hamill at this point in my life.
Sure.
And I wish that guy would slice his own throat with his lightsaber. But the first trilogy was a great bunch of movies, man.
Yeah,
The last one sucked, but
the first 3 were really good. The second 3 were really bad. The last 3 were sort of, I don't know, aside from being retreads of the first 3 that weren't quite as good as the first 3. You know, it's like a carbon, especially episode whatever, was this episode 7 that mimics episode 4 so much that it's like they just changed the names on the script and just rolled with it.
I have to admit that I didn't watch anything after Han Solo died. I couldn't do it, dude.
Best scene in the whole series.
Go fuck yourself, dude. And I have a Han Solo doll over here as well in my office, along with a Darth Vader doll. They're like 2-foot action figures, if you will.
Sure.
And so, John, you and I will have to trade Star Wars stuff at some point. But yeah, once they killed off Han, I couldn't watch it. Pissed me off so bad. But again, I don't know where you get off saying that these movies are terrible.
I didn't. Star Wars, I did not say that. I like the first 3, 4, 5, and 6, whatever that is. Aren't those 4, 5, and 6?
Yes.
I like those. Those are okay. I don't hate them. I didn't like the Ewok one. The Ewok one was a little bit slow for me, and I like the space shit. I like when they're blowing up shit and TIE fighters and X-Wing. I like that. When they're running around being chased by stuffed animals, I really wasn't digging that so much.
I must be a homosexual because I do have a stuffed Ewok sitting in my office as well as a Darth Vader foot-long Pez dispenser. I have my offices filled with Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and Superman junk.
See, I'm okay with the Darth Vader stuff. The Ewoks just didn't do it. The Ewoks I hated, and then was it episode 1 when they brought us the great Jar Jar Binks? Then I was just all right, this is now this is just for kids. It's like watching Barney.
All right, doll Seth. Yes, I would call it a Han Solo doll because it's not exactly an action figure, but it's a lot.
We all have our toys, though. I mean, I've got a Lemmy.
Oh, yeah,
that's
nice.
A Lemmy Pop. What are these things called? Pop Rock?
Yeah, I have 4 of those on my desk. Indiana Jones, Superman, Hulk Hogan, and Darth Vader. Of those
I got a gold Lemmy, a regular Lemmy. Then I got this action figure of Lemmy. It's like just a regular Lemmy. And then I've got I forget who it is.
I did like Rogue One.
Was it Kate Winslet or whoever, I think? Whoever's pussy candle. Smells like my vagina candle.
Kate Winslet, that's the Titanic girl.
No, that's not Kate Winslet. Who was it? Kate Blanchard or something. I don't remember whose pussy it was that this candle smells like, but it's I don't know if you can see the writing on it, but it is this smells like my vagina candle.
That must smell very good.
I pretend it's Sydney Sweeney. Ah, lovely.
Not a romantic bone in your fucking body, dude.
Smells nice.
The other movies that I absolutely love, and you're gonna no shame in your games. I have a bunch of that sort of thing. See, the other movie that maybe you'll probably think I'm gay for liking these movies too, but that I absolutely love, like I can't do without them. Like I know every word to the original Karate Kid movie, dude.
I didn't hate the Karate Kid.
Every word to the first one, I know. I can sit there and recite the entire movie as it's going on.
But please admit that Cobra Kai, while it started out great, really petered out.
I watched like the first season of Cobra Kai, then I've just been busy doing other things and working. I haven't really gotten into it. Yeah. So I don't know.
I liked the first 2 seasons of it, and then after that, it just got lame. Thank you, John. It was a Gwyneth Paltrow candle. It was the Gwyneth Paltrow's cooch candle. Paid
Does
$75
it smell like vagina?
No, it smells like perfume or whatever, but
really?
I did pay $75 for that candle, actually.
Why would you pay $75 for it?
For the show, for the CMS.
Oh.
Because I saw it as advertised, I was like, I got to smell it on the air. So I bought it.
What a disappointment, though.
It really was, because it just smells like a regular old candle.
So
It smells nice, but it's...
Is it autographed by Gwyneth Paltrow?
No, not at all. Just has her name on the box.
Does it look like a vagina on the inside?
No, it's literally a candle.
Okay, like it would be awesome if it looked like a vagina on the inside of the candle with a wick sticking out of it. Then I might spend a couple of bucks on it.
Here, I'll pull it out. Here's the candle, which is very basic. Smells like my vagina candle. And then when you open it up,
no scent of tuna.
no tuna scent. It smells nice.
Huh.
I mean, honestly, it smells like some of that body spray or whatever that a lot of women wear.
You got ripped off, dude.
It smells good.
You got ripped
I
off.
don't know. It was still worth it for the show. Got a lot of chuckles out of it.
Does it smell like Diddy?
Smells like Diddy. What? Baby oil and bleach?
It smells like old bitch. Wow, dude. Why would you say that? Oh, God. Yeah, but Karate Kid is another group of movies that I need. I don't have any Funkos of like pop figures of Karate Kid. I need to get some of that stuff.
Do they make them?
I don't know.
Make them of the karate.
Make
They
them of
probably
everybody
do.
see
We could
the
probably get
shit I
Ralph
have in here.
Macchio on the show.
We should get him on the show. I would love that. I might actually jerk off.
He's of the right mind to be on this show.
Yeah, you should see like the shit that I have in this office, dude. I look around and I am so gay. I have like a 3-foot New Kids on the Block Joey McIntyre doll, dude.
Well, that is gay.
Well, I was a fan of the New Kids back in the day.
Were you really?
I'm a giant, like, 17-year-old, dude.
Hang tough.
One, the music wasn't that bad, dude. Come on, it wasn't that terrible. And then two, yeah, it was a little weird, but that I liked those guys. But I actually waited outside of their hotel in Cuyahoga Falls when they were in town at Blossom one.
For the New Kids?
Yeah, like last summer. No, it was when I was a younger kid. I went outside. But I did, and it was weird. And I'm still somewhat scarred from being such a douchebag and doing that. But I am a giant child. Like if you walk into this office, I'm just one giant child. I have Winnie the Pooh stuff in here, dude.
Winnie the Pooh. Now,
Winnie the Pooh is my favorite Disney character.
ugh, my favorite Disney character is none of them.
Why?
I always hated Disney. Always. We didn't even watch them in my house. Thankfully, I'll give my mom credit for that. My brother wasn't into it either. So, all those I can remember being in school and everybody be talking about whatever Disney movie, whether it was the, Alice in Wonderland or whatever back then, Jiminy Cricket, all that bullshit, and Mickey Mouse Club, and I hated all of it. I hated every bit of it. Dude. And then when my kids were born, I hated it even more because I then was subjected to, every time I came home, the Lion King would be on. So I got to watch the fucking Lion King 7 million times. Ugh, hated it.
Okay, see,
I wanted Scar to just wipe everybody off the map.
God. See, I don't remember what I had for dinner 2 nights ago, but I remember when I was 12 years old, my mom picked me up from school. I lived in Florida at the time.
Right.
And she picked me up from school, and she already had the car packed with my suitcase and picked up me and my best friend at the time. And we drove from Miami to Orlando and stayed at Disney. And we stayed at the Contemporary Hotel, which actually had the monorail run through the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
That goes to all the parks and everything. And I remember to this day, I can smell the chili dogs that I had in the big ass game room that they had there, and watching Winnie the Pooh inside this little theater inside the game room. Yeah, I am a giant dick kid that remembers everything like that, but I couldn't tell you what the weather was like on the day that I got married.
Dude, the only time I went to Disney, I spent the whole day, me and my dad, at Epcot. We didn't even bother with the Magic Kingdom nonsense at all. Nope. And when me and my ex went on a cruise in Orlando, we stayed down there for an extra 5 days. Stayed in Orlando. Didn't go to Disney.
See, John Drake might like this. The last time when we were in June, when my wife and I drove to Florida, we went to one of the Disney parks. I can't remember which one it was, but it wasn't Magic Kingdom. It was one of the other Disney parks. It had the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And as soon as I walked into this land of Star Wars crap and got on this ride that I've been looking at, and with all these stormtroopers and everything, I actually started crying, dude. I had tears streaming down my face as I'm on this ride.
Oh my
because
God.
I was so excited to be there and doing all this stuff because I love Disney like that much. I hate the fact that they're so fucking woke, and I want to like shoot myself in the face when I think about liking Disney because they're so woke. But it just brings me back to a happy point of my life, I guess.
Well, I'm going to ask you
thoroughly enjoy.
honestly, what did you like about those movies? What did you like about Snow White or Alice in Wonderland or was it more the modern stuff? Was it more Toy Story?
No, it's definitely the older stuff. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I watch TV on my phone when I go to bed at night.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was last week. Last week I went to bed, and I have Disney Plus, and I put the original Alice in Wonderland on the phone and went to bed watching the original Alice in Wonderland, dude. I just love that stuff. I don't know what it is. I liked Sleeping Beauty. I walked around as a kid with like a pillowcase around my neck, pretending I was like the prince from the fucking movie, dude. I would kiss my pillow like she was Sleeping Beauty. I've always just had that emotional side to me. That's why I think my parents thought I was gay. I'm not.
Well,
but
you might have been right.
I enjoy Disney, and I always have. I do. It makes me weird. That's fine. Spam bot in the chat.
I got rid of him.
Animal Kingdom. You got to be.
It's not wrong.
Nice tits. Why would you see this? Bothers me. God,
it's not wrong.
You guys are pigs, dude. Ariel is a great character. You know what pissed me off about Disney nowadays?
What's
is
that?
that they took a character like Ariel,
Yeah.
who, again, great movie, Little Mermaid, loved it, and pretty little redhead girl, and they had to redo the movie live action. They made the girl a black girl because they have to do all this woke nonsense. You don't have to change. How about coming up with an original idea and then making her black? You don't need to change all the stuff to be woke.
Yeah. Make a new one. Make Ariel 2.
Set jerks off to Lady in Stripe. No, come on, dude. Like, I love the original Snow White, but I'm not going to see the new one that's coming out because the new one that's coming out says she doesn't need a prince in her life, and she's a fucking bitch. So fuck her, Snow White.
Can we just stop with? And I'm putting this across the board. This is not Disney. This is across the board. Can we stop with the remakes?
Yes.
Let's just stop. No one wants to see them. None of them are good. Has there been one remake that was even equally good to the movie that it came from?
No.
One.
No.
I can't think of any. The closest one in my mind, and again, here comes my romantic side. The closest one I can think of that I enjoyed the remake almost on the same level as the original. Total Recall.
Because the girl had 3 tits? Is that your favorite part of the movie?
I do like that part, but that's not why.
I didn't see the remake.
I just enjoyed I thought the remake was almost an exact replica of the first one, just updated with more modern characters and more modern look. So it was pretty cool. And there was lots of violence in it, like there was in the first one. So I liked it. It was okay, but
I cranked one out to the 3-tit girl in the theater.
Oh, who hasn't?
I'm talking about.
Not in the theater. I didn't do it.
I had 2 giant Kit Kats and a Diet Coke, and I was the only one in the theater. And I said, "All right, I'm going for it, dude." There was probably some like film operator upstairs going, "Oh my god, look at that fucking guy He's cranking it out in the theater." John, it was me and my wife only on the Millennium Falcon ride, dude. Like, I don't know, because they felt bad for me. I was on one of those fucking scooters, like, you had to drive around Walmart and stuff.
Right.
But it was just me and my wife on that ride, and it was the most amazing thing. Again, another ride I shed a tear on because I was so happy to be inside the Millennium Falcon.
Right. Well, he didn't have to like it. I liked it. That was a pretty good remake, the Halloween. keeping with my romantic side.
Okay, but see, but here's where I'm weird too. I'll fall asleep watching, Alice in Wonderland the other night. The next night, I watched Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses and fell asleep because I love that movie too.
Yeah, that's not terrible. Devil's Rejects was terrible.
It wasn't great, but I still liked it.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. I turned it off
Why?
halfway through it. I got bored.
We
get it. We get it. You got some people kidnapped and you're going to kill them. We got it.
I didn't like it because...
Sorry if that's a spoiler, people. Sorry.
What I didn't like about Devil's Rejects is it seemed like it was more... They were more vicious, because they were,
it was shock for shock's sake.
And it wasn't... The first one was more of like a horror movie.
Yeah. Yeah, this was just a trauma movie.
Yeah, I didn't care for that as much.
Yeah.
This became a movie show, not a...
That's all right, whatever.
I'm having fun doing this.
Yeah, I'd rather talk about movies than Alex Jones anyway.
But yeah, I'm a sucker for Disney. And Bob France makes fun of me every fucking day. So that I'm giving my money to groomers because they're all woke and stuff. It's like, well, that's not what I'm doing. I'm doing it for the enjoyment of me. At some point in my life, I have to let the woke nonsense, like people like Matthew and stuff like that, not bother me.
Right.
And I enjoy Star Wars. I enjoy Disney stuff. And so I can't let their politics destroy everything in my life.
Sure. No, I agree.
Especially now, I won. I got what I wanted in my president. So I'm not going to let them destroy it.
Right. Yeah, I didn't. You're the one that said you liked House of a Thousand Corpses.
I liked it. And I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, too. No. I don't like all the spinoffs they did of that either. There are a ton of spinoffs.
Not at all.
Texas Chainsaw. I mean, the original Texas Chainsaw was terrifying.
Yeah. Well, it's like, did you see that they're going to do a prequel now of Dexter?
I did see that, yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that at all. That's going to stink. That's going to stink.
You got to start, at some point, they got to stop making stuff and just, leave certain things alone. Come up with an original idea.
Yeah. Well, there's no original ideas anymore. None. Just none. Whatever. Stephen King's a cunt. Fuck him.
Yeah, he is. Fuck that guy. I like the It movies, though. I did like those. Those are okay.
Those are okay.
The first one is better than the second one. The second one kind of sucked, but the first one was good.
They're all right. They weren't very scary. I can't comment on this. I never saw the 1932 Scarface.
Yeah, me either. I didn't know there was a 1932 Scarface.
Me either. But that's why I've seen that might be in production as well as a new Scarface. I don't want to see that.
Haven't seen the original or this one.
You haven't seen the Al Pacino one?
No.
Dude, that's a great movie. That's a fantastic movie, Scarface.
I was arguing with my dad last night. Not really arguing, but we were having a discussion about... He's like, well, Godfather won Academy Awards and this, that, and the other. Well, they don't give Academy Awards out to the good movies, I don't think. I mean, they always do all this artsy-fartsy cinematography crap and, the dialogue. Why don't you give awards to movies that are blockbusters? The Avengers should get all kind of Academy Award win.
What would you give an Academy Award for? Other than highest grossing movie?
Well, why do you think it's the highest grossing movie?
Because it's written on the dumbest level.
No, because people enjoy it and go to see it.
But again, you can't argue that the reason so many people go to those movies is because they don't have to think to enjoy it.
Okay.
That's the story of every blockbuster movie. So that's why every year, and I'm not arguing your point. I agree with your point on some level is, to me, I always think the biggest seller should be the award winner. Same with music. Why can't bands... Why did Kiss have to wait 25 years to get in the Hall of Fame? They sold more records than anybody, but they had to wait 25 years because they weren't artistic enough. And I get you that The Avengers is a better movie, a more accessible movie than My Left Foot or whatever that won. I agree with you on that.
You're saying Daniel Day-Lewis happens to be a better actor than Robert Downey Jr. just because Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man? I mean, I don't think that's necessarily fair. But those kind of movies don't get any kind of consideration for
because they're artistic and they're the reason that the blockbusters are blockbusters is because they're written for stupid people to be able to get it. That's what they're for. A smart movie will not draw as many people.
So
It's got to be dumb. It's got to be a dumb movie to sell.
Why don't they rename it Smart Movie Awards? Because I mean, it's not what people are actually going to see.
Well, I agree with
you're
you.
Judging it on a whole different criteria.
I agree. Or what they ought to do is have the action award movies and the IFC award, because everything that wins every year seems like it'd be something that would be on the IFC channel or featured at Cannes, the Cannes Film Festival. None of it. I mean, every year, I'm agreeing with you fully on this. Every year when they start announcing them, there's 5 of the top 7 movies that none of us has ever heard of before.
No.
And then 1 or 2 of them will be like something that we've all heard of, but it sucked, like Joker 2. Oh, the cinematography in Joker 2, and the dialogue. Shut up.
Did you see it?
Shit movie.
Did you see it?
I watched about 10 minutes of it and turned it right off.
I mean, look,
boring as fuck.
The whole music thing that they did in that movie, I thought was ridiculous. I mean, some of it I liked, to be honest, and then some of it was just, what are you doing? And they made it kind of a confusing end and everything, but it was.
I'll be honest, I didn't think Joker 1 was very. Did you think Joker 1 was good?
I thought that one was a great movie.
Did you really? See,
I love that movie.
I was bored in that one too.
Another
it just
one,
was like, all right, we get it. He's a fucking tard. I got it. He's an emotionless goober. I understand.
Iron Man is made for the masses. Totally agree.
Yeah.
All right, you want to know another one?
like group of movies that I loved at the beginning and I'll just fucking hate.
What's that?
And you know me, might be one of the biggest fans. Is Superman movies. The first 2 I thought were great.
Okay.
3 and 4 were average at best.
Define first 2, because are you talking George Reeves in the 50s? Or are you talking Christopher Reeve in the 80s?
Christopher Reeve as Superman.
Okay, so the 80s ones.
Yeah, 78 or whatever the original Superman came out.
Yeah, okay.
So
and the one where they were trapped in the mirror or something, and then they...
Yeah, that's Superman 2. No. I thought those 2 movies were fantastic. The third one was with Richard Pryor, and I thought that was like kind of weak. But then, that was kind of when the 80s were going through that time of trying to make special effects that weren't really good special effects. Right. So shit just looks stupid.
Right.
And then
he's spinning around the earth backwards, and now it's going backwards.
The fourth one was with I think they introduced a Supergirl in it too, and it was like the guy with the from the sun and all that kind of shit.
Right.
Kind of dumb. But I was a huge fan of the first 2 Superman movies. But the newer ones, I've hated all of them.
The gay Superman and all that one.
Well, they tried to make Superman like they did the Dark Knight, make him like a dark character.
Okay. And
Superman's not a dark character. Superman is America. It's Hulk Hogan, Superman, baseball, that kind of thing. They're trying to make some dark, stupid Superman thing. So I'm interested to see how they do with this next one that's coming out, I think, next year.
I always found the Superman theory to be dumb. This Superman, his picture is in every single... That is funny.
It's not. It's right for you, dick.
The Superman is in every single newspaper known to man and on every TV show. But my God, you can't recognize him if he puts on a pair of glasses. And he works at the major newspaper where everybody sees these pictures. Nobody recognizes him.
Again, now you're just being a dick because you've seen the movies, right?
I
Clark
have.
Kent absolutely does not look like Superman.
He absolutely does. Stop it. First of all, he's built exactly like Superman.
He's wearing a suit. You can't see it. It's not like
and he looks exactly like Superman wearing those glasses.
He does not.
It's
got a
like
whole different hairstyle, everything.
It's like trying to say that Bubba Ray Dudley looks different when he wears the glasses on. Stop it. He's still Bubba Ray Dudley.
Please stop this. That is such nonsense. Clark Kent, pull up a picture. Pull up a side-by-side.
Are you kidding me with this?
I'm not kidding you. Pull up a side-by-side. You can absolutely... There's a major difference.
Clark Kent next to Superman... And it's Christopher Reeve. I know this. He had to fly because he couldn't walk.
Dude, that's awful. There's actually a movie now on, I think it's on HBO Max. It was out in theaters for a little bit, but it's a Christopher Reeve movie talking about him being Superman and then about the accident and when everything. And
Yeah.
That's the only bit that I was ever ashamed of doing it.
Apparently, a horse was his kryptonite.
Wow, dude. The only bit at MMS I was ever ashamed of because we did a Superman 500. Had people walking around or wheeling around public square in wheelchairs with Superman tapes on. See, totally different, dude.
Totally different. What are you, nuts?
Totally different. Look,
they're not totally different.
Look, Superman's face looks even thinner than Clark Kent's does. The glasses, the hairstyle, everything.
Are you kidding me? If you saw this guy every day and you were poring over pictures so that you could give J. Jonah Jameson his photo for the front page of the paper, you'd recognize this dick.
I would not. Absolutely not. Until I maybe if I tried to pat him on the back and it was steel, then I was like, oh, shit, this might be Superman. But no way. Totally different people.
You don't think Lois Lane figured it out when she found his cock was way more rock hard than most cocks?
She never had sex with him. Would you stop it? They had a cordial relationship.
She called him old iron cock for a while.
He did look at her underwear, which I thought was pretty cool. Dude. Wouldn't you love to have that X-ray vision?
Yeah, I don't know. The problem with X-ray vision, if you could control it, yes. But if you're just walking around and you could see through clothes, just imagine the awful that you'd have to look at just to get to the good.
Well, that's the other problem that I have. I mean, you probably sees through skin too.
Yeah, so when
he looks at her vagina, he's looking at a pelvis and stuff, and you can see her uterus or something.
Would X-ray vision work on TV? Like if you were watching somebody on TV, would you see their gash? Or
I would assume. Gash? What kind of term is that? Please stop. This is a family-friendly show.
Not today.
But seriously, if I had X-ray vision, I wouldn't want to look at your.
That's what I'm saying.
Ball sack inside, see what's in there. I don't know what he sees. I mean, he saw her underwear. She was wearing pink underwear. But did he actually then go and see her uterus and her fallopian tubes and all kind of weird shit?
He was like, Lois, shave that thing, please.
It is about to look. When Clark does that stumbling, nervous, stuttering voice of his, that's threw everybody off. All right, seriously, do you think when he came in her mouth, her head blew back really far?
Just think if she had a UTI, how far away he could smell it.
Does he have super smell? I've never.
Of course, he has super everything.
Okay, but they never said he had a super smell.
He had super everything. I'm sure he could smell it coming from a mile away.
That's what she said.
Just imagine the smells of this guy walking down.
Okay, I don't think that he had a super
walking
hose.
Down in New York City.
I'm looking that up.
Superman had super smell?
Super smell.
Just think of the stink he would smell on the subway. When he was Clark Kent, he's just sitting there pretending he's not Superman. And just the wafting of homeless cock and puss. Ugh.
All right, that's awful. Superman's scent doesn't come into play often, but the Man of Steel's sense of smell nonetheless heightened due to the level of a bomb-sniffing dog.
See?
Well, okay, so he could probably smell drugs and stuff like that, but he's not going to be able to sniff vaginas, I don't think.
What if the girl takes drugs? Then he could smell it wafting from her pussy.
That's so awful. I don't even like to think about it. Superman is an all-American guy.
I get it. What all-American guy doesn't like to sniff a good gash?
Super smell is the ability of Kryptonians to smell things at a greater distance with greater accuracy than humans.
See?
Damn it. All right, so yeah, I guess he could smell if he yeast infection or something.
Just think of being on the subway. All the horror that he'd be smelling.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't just walk around with laser vision just shooting people, but he can do it when he wants to do it. So maybe he doesn't have to smell the stuff that he doesn't want to smell.
So does he sit there thinking about, don't smell this bitch?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
So he spends all day walking around going, no, don't smell him.
I don't know what he's thinking. I'm assuming that.
Just imagine if he went to a marathon or something and he was at the finish line.
So many people are like, fuck this conversation.
Whatever. Who cares? We're just being goofy today.
I like that though. You can see through everything but lead. Can fly fast enough to reverse time. Shoots lasers from his eyes, but his sense of smell is that of someone who has COVID.
That's the other thing. Dude. Can he get sick?
Well, he can get sick if he has the red kryptonite, obviously.
Well, I understand that, but I'm just saying, can he catch a cold?
I'd imagine he's got super sniffing of germs.
That should have been a movie. Superman gets COVID.
I'm not going to read a book, Habu. That takes time.
Yeah, I'm not a reader at all.
I don't read books.
I mean, like my dad's written all kind of books. I've never read one of them.
Hell, I've written 6, and I've written 6 books, and I don't think I've read 6 books.
I mean, I have one of yours, which I have read, but I'm not a big reader. Yours is an easy read, though.
Yeah, because it's just the same way as I talk, really.
I mean, I could read comics and stuff like that. I enjoy it. Does that count as a book?
Sure, why not? That's more book reading than I've done.
We went to the West Side Market this past summer, and some guy, for whatever reason, had a booth set up, and all they had, dude, was just hundreds of Superman comics. Dude, hundreds.
Okay.
And he was giving away for free. And so
wow.
I took like a stack of these comics. I love that kind of shit, but
you were like Sheldon on The Big Bang Theory. You were just like totally excited. Oh, let me take them all.
Yeah, man. You know, I think you think it's some sort of like shtick or something that I am a child, but I really am.
No, I don't. I totally believe you.
I mean, like if you give me To Kill a Mockingbird, I'm going to look at you and go, get the fuck out of here with this nonsense. But if you hand me like a stack of Superman comics and say, go to the bathroom, I'm going to be in there for a day.
No.
I got no problem with that.
Yeah, dude, I'm the same way. When it comes to reading, I am the same way. People, when I had a publicist that was helping me promote my books, and they would put me on those radio tours, and you know what that is, where every 7 minutes you do another interview with a morning show or whatever.
Yeah.
And every one of them, none of them ever read my books, so they didn't know what the fuck to ask me, so they all asked me the same questions, and one of the same questions was always, what books do you read? That was always one of their lame questions was, well, what do you read? And not my answer. First of all, my real answer was nothing. And I did that for the first book that I did, but for the second one, I just started fucking with people and I just made up different books every time. Some of them were real, some of them were. And I was like, oh yeah, I read this one by E.G. Brausenheimer and it was called, and it was just totally bullshit that I made up because I just was like, you're not going to read my book. I'm not going to fucking, show love to your show. Fuck off. But yeah, I dude, the only books that I've read as an adult, I read a book called The Silent Dawn, which was really good. It's about, the mob. I read Howard Stern's books, Private Parts and was Miss America. Yeah. I read those 2 books. I'm looking at my shelf to see if I've read anything else.
I lost my autographed copy of Miss America. I don't have it anymore.
That's really about it. I'm looking at my shelf. I have 2 shelves of books, and I'm looking at the books. There's tons of books, but I haven't read any of them.
John is currently reading the 4th Harry Potter book and Alex Van Halen's autobiography. I can't do it, man. Look, unless it has pictures and talks, like, well, that's TV. I don't like anything that doesn't have. Like...
I can do an audiobook. Like I have listened to like Sammy Hagar's audiobook and Paul Stanley's audiobook, and I can do an audiobook, but I can't sit around and read a book. Again, much like the Indy Jones movies, I fall asleep in like 3 minutes. I start reading it and I'm like, I'm just gone.
I do want to see Terrifier 3. I haven't seen Terrifier 1 or 2 though.
Have you seen the Beetlejuice movie?
Yes, the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one that I fell asleep in, but I want to go back and try again on that one. I think I was just tired that day. Was it good or not good?
It's not great, but they use a lot of the same shit that they used in like the first one and just kind of like switching around.
Like, okay, we get it. It's the same joke.
And then there's one scene, dude, that goes on so fucking long. You just want to like punch him in the face for leaving it in there. Like this scene could have been cut in half, and like it would have been all right, but it wasn't terrible. I mean,
The complaint I heard about the new one was that Beetlejuice was in it too much. Like, and I guess people don't remember it, but the original Beetlejuice, he was only in it under like 20 minutes. In the whole movie, he was only in 20 minutes. And this one, they said he was in way too much.
he is, but I mean, that's that's what it's called. And so I liked it. I saw it with Molly, and we both liked it.
How old are you, Jim? Jesus Christ.
Dude.
Abbott and Costello, best movie ever? I don't know, man. Some of those Charlie Chaplin movies really rival it. Come on, Jim. Gone with the Wind. Are you kidding?
Dude. Where does John get time to sit there and listen to 300 fucking audiobooks? He does have
Probably
a job,
driving to work and back.
Really?
Probably an hour each way or half hour, 45
Or maybe during all
minutes.
these Browns games that suck fucking balls.
Yeah, by the end of the first quarter, there's 2.5 hours left to listen to an audiobook instead of watching the terrible games.
At halftime, he turns on the audiobook in the crowd.
That's right. There's 90 minutes right there.
He can hear because there's no cheering going on, so it's fine. He just sits there.
There's nothing but silence in Brown Stadium, so he can listen to his audiobooks.
I've tried audiobooks too. Like I listened to
Artie Lang's. Remember Artie Lang
yeah.
from Howard? I listened to his audiobook, and it wasn't bad. But
The
again,
Too Fat to Fish one, or
yeah.
because he has a couple, I think.
I'm definitely an audio person when it comes right down to it, because that's why I do radio. I love listening to radio. I listen to like old radio shows a lot.
Right.
From back in the day, because I think it's cool how they did like sound effects that were like actually like real sound effects, and not just computerized bullshit that they have today.
Sure.
So I get into some of that, but
do you ever go back and I mean, you probably don't, but I do this all the time. Do you ever go back and listen to old broadcasts of like historical stuff?
I love that. World War II and stuff like that.
World War II, like the Pearl Harbor bombing, or
Oh yeah.
I do. I think I've listened to every different news broadcast of 9/11, Kennedy. You know, I will sit for 30 hours and listen to the Kennedy stuff. It's fascinating.
And everybody's gonna think I'm gay again because I sit and listen to every prison documentary that I can find because I'm fascinated by that stuff. Like I love the movie or the show Oz.
Oh, Oz, great.
That loved that.
A little too much dick in that movie, but
a lot of
other
dick.
than that,
yeah.
Other
Again,
than
making
that.
me gay. I like Disney and Oz, so I am absolutely on the borderline of homosexuality.
Yeah.
But
Oz is one of the greatest shows ever made.
Fantastic.
I mean, now that doesn't have a ton of action in it, but you like that?
There's enough action in it.
There's some action in it, but a lot of it is just, a couple pushes and then they're done, and then some cop rattles on their pod and then they stop fighting.
I get into, but what I liked about it is the different storylines because they had so many different storylines in all the different episodes.
Right. Yeah, Oz is great. I'm all in on Oz. I love it. Do you like The Shield?
Never watched The Shield.
What?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? You got to watch The Shield.
People said The Shield was good, and they said The Wire. They said The Wire's another one I got to
The
check.
Wire's good. You wouldn't like The Wire. I don't think you'd like. If you don't like dialogue, you ain't gonna like The Wire. I think The Wire's fantastic. It's right up there in the top of TV shows of all time. But there's a lot of dialogue, especially after the first season. The first season had a lot more action in it.
Yeah.
The second through fifth season, a lot of dialogue, a lot of setup. There's if you like that kind of stuff, there's better shows with more action. Power comes to mind. Snowfall comes to mind. Snowfall you'd probably really like. That's all action.
Cody, dude, you're a little bit above my, a little too highbrow for me there, Cody.
Kurt Vonnegut books, nah, no, pass.
Good for you though, and it's just.
That's
I
too much
enjoy.
for me.
I just can't read. I enjoy radio and I enjoy TV. Like my wife hates me now, especially because now that we got serious, I turn on. I can listen to Fox News all the entire time we're all driving around, and so all I do is I have Fox News on, listen to everything that's going on.
Ugh.
and she hates it.
Yeah, I'll bet I couldn't do that. Fox News. Ugh. Pass. Hard pass.
I like listening to news, and I like listening to radio stuff, like radio shows.
I like radio stuff. I mean, I do listen to quite a bit. A lot of it's on YouTube now. Like everything Howard Stern ever did is on YouTube. So
Yeah.
you can really go back. And it is fun sometimes to go back and listen to the early Stern stuff from like 1988 or whatever, before he even came to Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know, stuff that we never even heard here. So that stuff is really good. You know, there's lots of that's good too.
Since you guys are into documentaries, and I know that Aiken loves mafia stuff, currently watching a great multi-part documentary on Disney Plus called Mobsters.
Haven't watched that one.
Me either.
Don't
I
have
might
Disney.
have to check that out.
Don't have Disney Plus, but I might have a way to
I
watch
have
it.
them all. I need to get rid of something because
You need to get. Well, I won't tell you because I'm not supposed to talk about it on the air anymore.
I need you to text me when I get
I'm not supposed to talk about it on the air anymore. We don't want it canceled.
because with the cable bill and then internet bill and then every streaming service that you could possibly get.
Well, I'm officially
And
down
pricey
to,
to watch TV.
I have one left that expires February 1st, and then I'm officially done with paying for streaming.
Like Amazon Prime, they can kiss my balls, dude. I mean, Amazon Prime, I pay for it because we like to do a lot of our shopping on Amazon.
Right.
Because you get the shit the next day, and it's fine.
Right.
And then I don't pay for shipping for all this stuff because I got Prime. But their fucking movie service, more than half the stuff you want, you have to pay for. I'm already paying for Prime. Why do I have to pay more for something else?
And now, do you pay the extra so that you don't have the commercials?
Well, that's the other thing. Now all these different services, if I don't want commercials, I got to pay more.
Yeah, that's. I was watching. What was I watching? Paramount Plus. I was watching Frasier. Frasier. You know, it's a 22-minute show. 22-minute show has 4 commercial breaks, and each of them is like 180 seconds. Like, what the hell? That sucks. That's regular TV at this point.
And see, here we go again. I watch on Paramount Plus SpongeBob. And SpongeBob has all these damn commercial breaks, and it irritates the shit out of me.
Now, how do they work? Do they have them kid-friendly, or do they, because that's the one thing I noticed, too, is when I'm watching these commercials, the only ones that are spending money on these commercials are all these weird drug things. So are you watching like SpongeBob and then all of a sudden you get a commercial for, if you're a gay couple, try Ozempic or whatever
I think they're mainly
gay thing is.
They're mainly kid friendly.
No, I would never know because I'm so bad that I go through and like block all the kid channels so it doesn't even get in my way.
You don't like SpongeBob?
No, never did.
Oh my god.
I don't watch cartoons.
Oh my god.
The only cartoon the only cartoon shows I've ever really enjoyed ever, I liked F is for Family. I thought that was okay. And I liked Archer. Everything else, no. Nothing. Never liked Simpsons, never liked South Park.
See, again, South Park, Simpsons, I fall asleep to those all the time too.
Not my
Love South
thing.
Park. And then, what did I put on the other night? I put on, I found a channel, I can't remember what channel it was, has all old Looney Tunes commercial or cartoons.
Right.
Bugs Bunny and shit, so I sat there and watched that.
There you go.
Dude, yeah, I am 5, dude. What the fuck am I doing? Every time I open my mouth, I realize how much of a dumbass I am.
You're just sitting around watching fucking SpongeBob eating chicken fingers. I got fish sticks.
Got my hungry man, and I'm ready to go.
Look at Jim one more time again, and we'll get out of here and go to mines. Flintstones. Are you kidding me? Flintstones.
You know what's funny about Flintstones? They celebrate Christmas in some of their episodes.
Okay.
Well, it's before Christ, dude.
Before Christ.
Didn't the writers think of that before they?
Of course not.
The Flintstones.
Well, they were of that 6,000 years old instead of 2 zillion years old or whatever.
But I hate to say anything nice about Jackie Lone, but yeah, I like the Flintstones.
Song of the Flintstones.
I watched it when I was super little, like 5 maybe.
Yeah.
But even then, it was old TV.
Oh my God.
It was old.
Come on.
I was way more into like Lost in Space and stuff like that before if I had my choice between the Flintstones or what was the space movie with Jim or space TV show with Jim Neighbors and Ruth Buzzy. Do you remember that?
I do.
I don't remember what it was called, but that or Hanna-Barbera.
I loved Hanna-Barbera. Steamboat Willie was
Steamboat Willie.
Hanna-Barbera, man. I went to Kings Island. Hanna-Barbera used to like own them, and I remember Jabberjaw the shark chased me around the park for a minute. I love Hanna-Barbera stuff.
What was that? What was the big thing with the big head, the yellow creature? Remember, and then they had the hat that flew around like a ship. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh man,
the good old days.
Well, we didn't talk at all about Alex Jones. I guess I'm gonna have to make a new graphic tonight.
Sorry about that.
Whatever. I don't give a shit.
Thanks, everybody, for watching tonight. If you're going to head over to Minds, do so now, minds.com/Seth Williams Show.
Yes.
And watch the bonus content. We'll talk about Barney Rubble and Betty getting it on and Wilma Flintstone getting butt fucking naked. That's going to be over there on Minds.
We're going to talk 30 minutes about the ins and outs of I Love Lucy and the Honeymooners.
There you go. Appreciate everybody watching tonight. God willing, we'll talk to you again next Monday, our final week before vacation.
Yes.
So make sure you're listening next week as well. And God willing, we'll talk to you on Monday. Have a great evening.
See ya.
See ya.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Trip, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown. Prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air.